This is truly an incredible opportunity to witness Metthew Hayden and Sadhguru in conversation. Having played for the Chennai Super Kings, Metthew Hayden has an existing strong association to India. And incredibly, he also shares another common cause with Sadhguru in Kaveri calling. But today's program is all about going beyond boundaries. And Metthew Hayden knows all about boundaries. So we're eager to see what's going to happen when he meets Sadhguru and to see how Sadhguru can take us to the boundless. I would like to please invite Sadhguru and Metthew Hayden to please take the stage. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'll just hide this away. I've had a IT mishap straight away. IT, who would have thought? Firstly, I accept the beautiful welcome to country from the Yagra people. 60,000 years of human spirit. Goodness me, can you get a longer, more detailed story, and respect to those people always. It truly amazes me the sheer volume of people that are inspired by Sadhguru. I guess for Australians, we feel a very long way away from the spiritual heartlands of India. But on behalf of Australia, we welcome you with great sincerity and with great anticipation as well for this evening, which I'm sure will not only be enlightening but will also be a great deal of fun. So on behalf of Australia and Australians, we're a very multicultural society, as you can see by the faces in the room today. The definition of Australia is the faces that we see in front of us, from India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, England, our real sort of heritage lands, Scotland, Ireland, Wales, South Africa. We truly are represented by...
You're missing the Chinese.
Chinese, Japanese. Geez, we've actually... Let's not even get there, because we could list every nation on the planet that's sitting right in front of us tonight. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. Over to you.
Kalo na janati tava jananam, Kalo na janati tava samapadam, Drushto maya tava mahakaraha Yogeshwara Kala Kala, Yogeshwara Kala Kala. Hey, I said good evening. I think a lot of them have been misled by the title Beyond Boundaries. They think you're going to hit a sixer or something.
Well, aren't we?
Well, today we're not talking about the ball going beyond boundaries, we're talking about you and me going beyond boundaries. Please.
It's a beautiful occasion, as always, when you get a lot of people in a room. Is there a specific reason why we gathered here, in your opinion? What's the force that's dragging us all together?
So essentially, the nature of being human is such, no matter where you are, what kind of achievements you have behind you, you're still longing to be something more. There's something more. Somebody may think more money, somebody may think more wealth, somebody may think more pleasure, more love, more knowledge, but everything that you accumulate in your life only makes the arrangements better, but doesn't really enhance your life. So whether it is consciously articulated within a human being or not, but every human being is longing in some way to enhance their lives. Somebody thinks it'll happen by going to the temple, somebody thinks it'll happen by going to the bar, somebody thinks it will happen with prayer, somebody thinks it'll happen with dope. All of them are aiming for the same thing, whether it works or not is a different matter. But the longing is in some way to enhance their life. So in this effort, in this longing within every human being, which can never be curbed, no matter what you do, what you give them, human beings will long for something more. So there is something within every human being longing to be beyond boundaries. Whatever the present boundaries, we want to go beyond it. Or to put it in other words, there is something within you which does not like boundaries. That's why you try to smash them. There is something within a human being which doesn't like boundaries. See, suppose, let's say I imprison you in a 5x5 cubicle, you'll feel terrible, imprisoned. Tomorrow we will announce your liberation and liberate you into 10x10 cubicle. You'll feel wonderful for a day. And again you'll feel horribly imprisoned. The next day we will release you into a 100x100 cubicle. You will feel really great. But within 3 days, again, that is also imprisonment. It doesn't matter where I set the boundary. The moment you can feel the boundary, you want to break it. There is something within you which does not like boundaries. So, this longing finds various sorts of expressions. People try through music, art, sport, business. All these efforts are fine, every effort is fine. The longing is fantastic. Through intoxication, through stimulation, every way people try somehow to break their boundaries. But the important thing is, can you stay beyond boundaries? Or do you breach it just for a moment and again come back to the same format? So when this question comes up, this is a very… the Patanjali Yoga Sutras were written like this. It's one of the greatest documents on life, written in a very cryptic way so that scholars wouldn't get interested. That's the idea. Because once they get interested, they will write 10 different versions of the same thing. So Patanjali starts this significant document with half a sentence. The sentence is like this, and now yoga. That means you tried money, you tried wealth, you tried relationships, you tried love, you tried pleasure, you tried intoxication, you tried all kinds of things. Everything did something to you, but you know it is not settling you. And now yoga.
Happy.
So yoga does not mean twisting and turning. Yoga means union. That is, consciously you obliterated the boundaries of your individual nature. Because your individual nature is just your imagination. As you sit here, your boundaries of your body and your mind are just your making. Right now, constantly you're breathing. It is happening in many different levels, but in a most fundamental way, you're breathing. If you close your mouth and hold your nose, you understand you cannot live within your boundary. You have to breach the boundary every moment, otherwise you cannot exist. This is not just in the level of your respiration. Every cell in the body, every atom in the body is in some kind of transaction. If you stop it, you cease to exist. So your very existence is not within the boundaries, but within your psychological framework, you have this sense of, this is me. This is because, see, this solar system, the very solar system in which we are, is a tiny speck in this cosmos. In that tiny speck, planet Earth is a microspeck. In that microspeck, Brisbane is a super micro speck. In that, you're a big man. That's not a small problem. And in the middle of nowhere, we don't know where this cosmos begins, where it ends. Here we are, sitting on this little mud ball and talking all this stuff. Yes, and we think we are doing it. That's the most incredible thing. See, all this mistake and this confusion has happened because creation gave us an individual experience, though we are like a speck of dust in the universe, though we are a tiny speck, a micro speck in the universe, it gave us an individual experience. We are taking this individual experience rather too seriously and thinking it's real. No, it's just psychological. It's fantastic, it's the magnanimity of creation that it's given us an individual experience. This does not mean you're actually an individual, you're not. You cannot exist for one moment without everything else around you. All these arrangements you did not make, we've messed it up, but we did not make the, arrangements of atmosphere, we did not make the arrangements of the planet functioning in a certain way. We did not make the arrangements of whatever comes out of this planet, nourishes us, keeps us well. This is not our making. So, this sense of individuality has been taken too seriously. Because of that, no matter where you are, in which dimension of life you are, you feel somewhere deep inside trapped. So if you think somewhere a little instinct tells you there may be a solution, there you will be.